Jade here from The Rawsome Truth. Day 4, no overt fats. How am I feeling? Really good. I've had a bit of a slight headache, but of course, when you decide to do something like this, that special friend that comes that time of the month decided to come this morning too. So I don't know if it's a pure coincidence. I said that I'd had a couple of little breakouts on my skin. I said that on my forum last night, but again, hormonal, that tends to happen too. So I don't know if I can blame that on detox and having no overt fats. I'm going to include today what I've eaten in a day so you can just get an idea of what you eat when you're having a no overt day. 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, life, who knows? How am I finding it? Well, I'm in a far better place than I was a couple of days ago when I released my videos saying I'm struggling. I was having a bad day. You know those days where you just want to completely beat yourself up? It doesn't matter what you put on. You just look at yourself and say, I'm fat, and that's how I was feeling. And I have those days. I'm a pear-shaped, so I'm quite small on top, and I just hold it around my belly, on my butt, and my thighs. I've had 2 C-sections, so when I'm carrying a little bit of extra weight, where the scar is, skin folds over the top, and I detest it. I do all the self-love techniques, remind myself, but that's how you got those beautiful children, beautiful grown-up children now, 20 and 19. Yes, of course, that was the only way I could give birth. I didn't have elective C-sections. It wasn't a choice. I had to have them. But I had my first baby at 18, so you can imagine at age 18, I've got this big scar there, and I've had it for a very long time. My son's 20, he'll be 21 in September, so I've had it there for a really long time, and it is something that I just, and try to learn to love about myself, because we should always learn to love ourselves. We have to love ourselves, and I've been doing a lot of self-love techniques for the last couple of days and reminding myself that, you know what, I'm beautiful. My body is, I'm far more than just a shell. I've got far more to me, I hope, than just a shell. Society puts these high expectations of us, and especially these days, so many big name people, especially even in the raw movement, I have heard some rumours, they're photoshopping their photos. So, those expectations of how we're supposed to look as a woman are even worse. You're scrolling through Facebook and you're just saying, stick figure women after stick figure woman, which is beautiful. I'm happy for women to look like that. I want to look like that, but when they're photoshopping their pictures as well, it really makes it really hard for the average woman to feel good about themselves. Women should be banding together and saying, no, I'm not going to Photoshop my pictures. I'm going to show women what we look like. And if we can all stand together and, really embrace our bodies, it makes it so much easier for all women to embrace their bodies. We pull ourselves apart. I know for myself, in my lifetime, I have spoken to myself worse than I would ever speak to another human being. I wouldn't speak to another human being the way I've spoken to myself. I've been absolutely dreadful to myself, and I beat myself up sometimes to the point where I feel absolutely miserable. And what does it gain you when you do that to yourself? You just feel this small, and we're far more than that, and I remind myself of that. I say, you know what, I've got so much to give this world. I've got years of knowledge, not just in health and nutrition. I've lived a life most people wouldn't even dream can happen. I've had some very crazy, mysterious things happen in my life, and I've gained a lot of knowledge through that. I know what life's about. I know what it's like to be rock bottom, and I know what it's like to be able to pull yourself out and say, you know what, I'm still here. I'm still fighting another day. And I know all this. And you know what? But sometimes even the best motivators need a motivator. And I always say I'm my number one number one cheerleader. You know, I'm cheerleader of my own squad, which my squad is me. And you just have days where that cheerleader's sort of gone on strike, and you say, well, hang on, who's cheering for me? So it's really important when you are your own cheerleader, and we have to be, because I'll give you the tip, if you're not, no one else is going to be. And I've learnt that over the years, that I have to be. But when I have those flat days, wow, they're a flat day. But I'm feeling good today. Day 4, no overt fats. For those who don't know and thinking, what is this woman on about? What is an overt? It's your avocados, your coconut, your nuts, your seeds. It is refined oils, but I never have oils anyway. All these kind of things I've just pulled out of my diet. I have done this a few times over the last 14 months, and I've been like, but this time's different because I've put no boundaries. Usually I say I'm going to do it for 30 days, and I hate challenges. I detest them because I feel confined, and I've noticed most people, when they put themselves in that confinement, just want to break out. So I just thought, you know what, screw this. I want to do it, but there's no rules. If I want to break and say I'm having an avo, guess what? I'm having an avo. If I want to have some coconut meat, I'm going to have some. But at this point in time, I'm not. I want to see how my body is going to react and hopefully move it a bit more. But I'm moving more. So I've started introducing high intensity training further into my life again. I used to always be big on this, but had major injuries 3 years ago. Got plantar fasciitis, but really bad, not like little thin. It was so thick. I had 4 months worth of laser treatment on it. It was really bad. And whilst that was happening, I couldn't run or couldn't jump or couldn't do any of these anymore. So I thought, I'll just go to the gym and do strength training. Of course, I did my back in, you know, when it rains, it pours. And bit by bit, I haven't been as fit as I used to be. I used to set up circuits in my front yard and do absolutely everything. I'm actually a trained personal trainer, qualified personal trainer. So I know what to do, but I've got to do it. So the high intensity training started yesterday. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It only went for 15 minutes, but I walked for an hour. But Rome wasn't built in a day. I've got to build my fitness back up. And I'm really cautious when I am building my fitness back up to do it slowly, because I'm old. Well, I'm not old. I'm 39, but you know, if you're 20, I'm old. My kids would say, you're old. It's funny when you get to 40, you're like, I'm not old. Anyway, enough of that. So I'm just slowly breaking myself in, getting my muscles used to me working them. I'm lucky I've got a pool at the moment, so I am doing a bit more exercise in the pool when I'm cooling down, just to keep my body working and just getting every part of my body just saying, hey, I forgot you actually worked. Within the next couple of days, I will be built up enough, and I'll be doing 30 minutes of high intensity training. It's really beneficial. I know it is, for my butt and my thigh and my belly. I know it's the only way I'm going to burn that fat and lose that last part of my weight I need to lose. Just sitting there saying, you know what, I want to lose. Look, I'm sticking with 10 pounds at the moment, but I'd like to lose 20. But I know I'll be ultra tiny then. Dreams. Anyway, let's aim for 10 pounds at the moment, which is about 5 kilos. If I can get that 5 off, then I'll just pull it in and I'll get the next part. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to showcase my food now, and see you soon.